Well, a tough week one result for the Winnipeg Rifles. Thanks for joining us here on riflesfootball.com. Darrin Bauming with head coach Geordie Wilson. We talked about it in the game preview here on YouTube, Geordie, and on the website. You didn't know what you were going to get until they were out on the field. Weather conditions were perfect for kickoff, and then the rain came as expected, and your team had a lot of trouble with the snap exchange, mostly on offense, but also on special teams. Was that maybe the most glaring thing?
Well, that was an issue. I mean, the part that I was more disappointed in was the volume of drops that we had. We had way too many. In Canadian football, you got 2 downs to get 10, right? And the thing is, on second and long, we had converted a bunch of them. We either had drops or we had a procedure call. I think in the first half alone, we had five. I think we had 5 drops, and we had, at that point, 4 procedure calls, and they were all on the receivers. And then it increased as the game went on, which was kind of disheartening. And then you're right. I mean, the snapping issues became a problem. And then even like on the punts, actually, our punter dropped 2 of them that kind of hit him pretty clean in the hands. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's slippery, but you know what? It's slippery for everybody. We just got to do a better job.
Now, 13-0 at the half. What was your message to your team? Because it was far from over at that point.
Well, I mean, at that point, we were just saying, look, especially on offense, they had played terrible, like in the sense of like the volume of mistakes we made. We're only 2 scores down. We're right there, and everything was looking good. And then we threw a bad pick 6, kind of, and it snowballed a little bit on us. And then even at that point, I think it was 27. It was 27-0 or 26-27. We get down to the 1-yard line, we didn't get in, right? I mean, and that became another exchange issue we had with the centers and stuff. So as coaches, we got to do a better job. For instance, when you're doing, like our 10 wedge or quarterback keeper, we play a lot of shotgun, which a lot of teams do now. But we have to do a better job, coaches-wise, of getting more reps under. And what happens when our center that was struggling, when we replaced him, the guy that we replaced him with, Jackson, he had a sciatic problem, so he hasn't really practiced much in the last week and a half. So he hadn't really taken a lot of reps with Bryson. So they hadn't the exchange. So that's why I call it timeout, just come over and practice the center exchange. And then our running back got a little eager there and pushed the quarterback before he even had the snap. And, of course, we ended up getting a penalty on that, so that was tough. But, yeah, it's disappointing. But the thing I'm looking at, it wasn't so much physical mistakes that you're going like, wait, they're way better than us. Those are correct, like procedure calls and the drops. Those are all correctable mistakes that we can certainly fix and be ready. And the good thing is we get to play these guys next week, so it's good.
Now, anytime you suffer a loss like today's 37-0, I imagine as a coach, you look at the reaction of your players, both during the game and after the game. Were you reassured that their minds are in the right place as far as how they handle a tough loss like today?
Yeah, of course they're down. I mean, like everybody wants to. But the thing is, one thing is, our guys didn't lay down. It's not like they laid down and said, I'm going to take the beating now. They kept going, so there's fight in them. I think, honestly, right now, other than a few guys, probably the average age in our team is 19 and a half. Yeah. We're young, and we knew that. So, again, they had a few more veterans in areas that we don't have. And I think that kind of shined through early for us, too. And even some of our veteran receivers. I mean, heck, they haven't played in 22 months. I think they maybe got a little bit amped up too much, and then, they make some mistakes, and everything kind of snowballs. I thought Bryson played really well in the first half. He delivered the ball, made some good throws. We got drops or procedure calls. And then what happens is it kind of takes him out of rhythm. Now, they were playing a lot of deep coverage, and we were trying to get Bryson to come off those and hit the drag routes under, which I think we only threw to one of those. And those are things that we've got to clean up and help coach his eyes to get better for next week.
So you have the same opponent in 7 days' time. You guys will travel to Regina. I imagine a road trip will help, the team bonding and shake off a tough week one loss. But can it help that you're facing the same opponent and that your guys are going to know exactly what's in front of them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, from a preparation perspective, obviously for them and for us, they ain't going to change a heck of a lot in a week, nor are we. I mean, people's identity are who they are. So that'll help us. And the thing is, like I say, just from correcting a lot of those mental mistakes, we'll be right there. And the thing is, you look at our team, we don't have an offensive line of 5 experienced 300-pound dudes that are blowing guys off the ball. We need angles and different things, but we also need a fast track. I mean, and again, not making excuses. I mean, they beat us fair and square. but they're probably more kind of like a plow horse team. Like they can kind of grind it out. Whereas, I mean, if this had been an all-weather, like a turf surface, I think it would be more beneficial to us, just in the type of personnel we have.
Well, look at this weather behind us now. Beautiful here in Winnipeg, but the rain definitely fell in week one in this Rifles game, a 37-0 loss to the Regina Thunder. But be sure to stay tuned here to riflesfootball.com, to our YouTube and social media channels, and to cjfltv.com to watch next Sunday's game in Regina, an immediate rematch between these rivals. Looking forward to that one, I have no doubt.
Oh, absolutely, man. Like, we'll put this behind us. We're going to look at the tape and get ready, and we'll be all right. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Back to work for head coach Geordie Wilson. I'm Darrin Bauming. Thanks for logging on to riflesfootball.com.